From the University of Texas at Austin, KUT Radio, this is In Black America.
The Superwoman, Superman syndrome of trying to do everything for everyone all the time. You know, you become ultimately, at least what happened with me was I became a master of mediocrity. Okay. Yes, I was doing a lot of things, but I was not doing a lot of things well. And you just realize eventually, as gifted as I am, I simply can't. It's impossible that you can give everything the proper focus. And I tell people now, you know what, I would love to do that. I'd like to help you, but I know that I can't do a good job of it. And it's not fair to you for me to take that on for the title or to be on the board or for the money, knowing that I don't really have time to do it. And sometimes we take positions for the wrong reason. And what I've found is learned as a writer, particularly a fiction writer, novelist, is that every scene should move you toward the conclusion. And I feel that should be the case with your life as well.
Dr. Monica "Mo" Anderson, DDS. Dr. Mo is an author, journalist, publisher, professional motivational speaker, and doctor of dental surgery. For more than 2 decades, she has given lectures to corporations, university, and civic groups across the nation. Anderson has also spoken internationally. Her most requested topics are life balance, communication skills for women, and the medical benefits of humor. In 1996, she made history as the first African-American columnist for the Arlington Star-Telegram. The popularity of her articles led to a weekly editorial for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, a major daily Texas newspaper. Her editorials have appeared in news outlets across the nation, including the Seattle Times, the San Jose Mercury News, DallasBlack.com, SoulCity.com, the Minnesota Viking Update, and the Courier-Journal of Louisville, Kentucky. In 1999, the staff of the Fort Worth Weekly named her best columnist in Tarrant County. I'm Johnny O. Hanson, Jr., and welcome to another edition of In Black America. On this week's program, Dr. Monica "Mo" Anderson, DDS, In Black America.
I wrote for the Junior League magazine as well. I've been a member of a couple of different junior leagues in cities that I've moved in, and I say that to say that when I moved to Arlington, I joined the Junior League there and wrote for the Junior Leagues magazine, took leadership Arlington, and met the editor of the paper. And someone from Junior League was in the class and told him about, just grace. And he said, well, okay, Mo, send something in. And I sent in an article that I had written, and he really liked it. Gary Hardy, who's still an editor with the Star-Telegram, and he liked it. And he said, well, we want you to be a guest columnist. Just submit something every once in a while, and we'll run it as they do other guest columnists. Mm-hmm. So I sent something else in, and they ran it, and the following week they wanted another column.
Dr. Mo Anderson is not your typical dentist. In addition to being a motivational speaker, author, publisher, columnist, mother of 2, grandmother, and a former talk show host, she is the author of 4 books in 3 different genres. Born on October 16, 1962 in Houston, Texas, she grew up in Fort Worth, Texas. Upon graduation from O.D. Wyatt High School in Fort Worth, she attended Baylor University, earning a Bachelor of Arts degree in biology in 1984. She then entered dental school, graduating from the University of Minnesota School of Dentistry in 1988 with a doctorate in dental surgery. In 1989, Anderson was hired to write a column for the sports magazine, the Minnesota Viking Update. In 1994, she wrote her first book entitled Black English Vernacular, From Ain't to Yo Mama, a dictionary of Ebonics. In 1996, she became the first African-American columnist for the Arlington Star-Telegram. She was a weekly columnist for a major daily Texas newspaper, the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, for 8 years, writing over 400 columns while practicing dentistry full-time. Also, Anderson served as the host of Perpetual Motion, a weekly cable television talk show. She is a graduate of Leadership Arlington and a former member of the Junior Leagues of Minneapolis and Arlington, Texas. Recently, In Black America spoke with Dr. Monica Frazier Anderson, DDS. Tell us about the rigors of majoring in biology.
That was tough, John. You know, Baylor, I went to Baylor. I got accepted to every school I applied to, but I went to Baylor because at that time they had the best biology program in Texas and one of the best in the country, and I knew from the 10th grade that I wanted to be a dentist. And so it was important to me to go where, you know, I had the best chance of getting into dental school. But it was tough. I mean, lots of science courses, you know, biology and physiology and organic chemistry. And but I still found time to pledge. I am a third-generation legacy of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, founded at Howard University in 1920. We just celebrated our Founders Day. In fact, I was the honored to be the speaker for the Austin area Founders Day on Saturday. And a little shout out to my sorors and frats while we're at it. You know what? And because there were only 100 of us, even though it wasn't a HBCU like an HT, we were very, very close. It was kind of like having 99 cousins, if you will. You know, if you and I had a little spat at 8 a.m. by 10:30, at least all the African American students knew about it. So it was we kind of kept each other humble and supported each other, and it was good, but it was tough. It was an adjustment, but it truly prepared me for the other things that I was intended to do. I needed that experience, and now I feel like I can fit in anywhere. And be comfortable.
You wanted to become a dentist when you were 10. What was the impetus?
10th grade. The impetus was that I had I didn't know a lot of professions, quite frankly. If I had to do it again, I can't say that I would choose dentistry. I'm not sad that I chose it, but if I had to do it again, I didn't know about marine biology. I didn't know about marketing and accounting. I didn't know about a lot of things. I was exposed to educators, a few physicians in the neighborhood. You know,
no brochures at the high school that say these are the opportunities.
No, working at General Motors, no taking a test and determining your aptitude, and so there were other things I might have done had I been aware that you could make a living doing that. But of the things I knew, dentistry appealed to the art and science interest that I have, and it turned out to be a good fit for me. But if I had it to do again, I might choose something else.
You stated you went to dental school up at the University of Minnesota. Were there other African Americans in your dental class?
No, there were no other African Americans at the school.
You're by yourself at the school? Okay.
In all 4 classes, there were no others. And but it was so different from being in the South because they don't have the interesting history of the South in regards to racism, which is not to say it's not there, but it's really just more benign. It's not even worth getting an attitude about it because there were so few African Americans. And during my last visit this summer, that's changed quite a bit, but still a great minority. And I actually went to dental school with people, to my amazement, you know, and I thought after Baylor that, you know, surely it's got to get better. And then I got there and I was the only one. And I remember when I went up for my interview, they kept mentioning minorities, and it occurred to me later that they never actually said African Americans. So they meant my friend Christina, who's Asian. She and I were the minority division of the school. But you know what? It wasn't a problem. And as a testament to that, I was class president when I graduated. And it just wasn't a big deal. What was more interesting to them was that I was the only Baptist, and they were all Catholic. That was more of an anomaly than the fact that I was African American. That didn't bother them so much. It was that Baptist thing they had problems with.
And so you practiced in Minnesota for a while.
Yes.
How was that?
It was great.
Were there other African American dentists in the area?
There was one that I recall. Now, keep in mind, I graduated in 1988, but there were not in abundance. There may have been some others in St. Paul. I only knew one other, and we were friends, of course. And he was very, very nice to me. In fact, helped me while I was in school because I needed a mentor. I needed someone to talk to culturally. That is difficult, going to a city where there are very few African Americans, and